Hi there everybody and welcome back to another Skilz4umedia tutorial. This is video number 2 of our collision detection between rectangles within HTML JavaScript canvas. I hope you enjoyed the first video, but please subscribe to the channel or even buy us a coffee as this really helps out the channel. Thank you. Why hello everybody and welcome back to our tutorial, video number 2, all about collision detection between rectangles within a JavaScript, HTML, CSS using the HTML canvas. So far in tutorial number 2, we've set up the canvas already. We've set up a player object and also just an object on the screen. So we can actually, do that collision detection test. We've got our mouse coordinates on the screen in the bottom left-hand corner. We can see the X and the Y. And we also set up a variable called did it hit, and currently it's false. And what we want to be doing is testing. Did both rectangles hit each other? Right, so how are we actually going to do that? Right, so first of all, we're going to go back to our JavaScript program. And we've set up this rect object class here, and for the player object, it's also using the grabbing the mouse and Y coordinates. So what I'm going to do is underneath that is I'm going to set up another function. I'm going to set up another function, and we're going to call this collision detection. Collision detection. By the way, there's lots of people out there who do some really great tutorials on JavaScript and JavaScript gaming online. People to check out would be Frank's Laboratory, some great tutorials in there, great explanations. Poth Programming, again, one of those people who's got so much knowledge on JavaScript gaming, and also Chris Deloren. I think Udemy do some great courses as well. So if you're enjoying any of this content, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you want to buy me a coffee. So let's move on with the tutorial. So we're going to be writing the collision detection function. And what we want to be passing into arguments is the player object and also just an object. So you can use this over and over again. We just need 2 parameters. Or 2 arguments, actually. 2 arguments. Got to get that right. Right, okay, so from here. So what we're going to do is, good explanation would be from this graphical representation here. What we want to know is, does this right-hand side here hit this part of the other object? Which would mean, like, okay, if players X plus player's width is greater than object X, and then you got to think about the left-hand side. If player's X is less than the object's X plus width, it would hit this side. And then if the bottom of the player object, so what you got to think then is, if player Y plus the player height is greater than the object's Y, it's a hit. And also, if you want to hit the top, it will be player Y is less than object's Y plus object's height. That's a lot to remember, isn't it? But I've kind of put you can copy this as well. I'll keep this up on the screen. But I've kind of written the function down there, and we've called that collision detection. But you can call it whatever you want. Okay, so I'm going to write the logic. So we're going to put if player X plus, or object X plus width is greater than object X, and p.x is less than o.x plus o.width, and p.y plus p.height. P.height is greater than o.y, and last of all, p.y is less than o.y plus o.height. I'll just run through logic and through in a minute. Return true. So it's basically, if this happens, this equals that. If all those arguments are true, are correct, blah 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 blah, it'll come back true. Else, return false. False. Okay, so what I'm doing there, P plus, okay, so we'll take P as the player. So player's X plus player width is greater than the object's width X, and also the player's X is less than the object's X plus the object's width and the player's Y plus the player's height. Height is greater than the object's Y and also the player's Y is less than the object's Y plus height equals true. Okay, so it's a hit. It hits the rectangle. So we can use this collision not just against the player or player and the object. You can use this function over and over again. So let's test if this works. Okay, so I'm going to go into my function called update at the top here. Okay, so what I want to place in there is so we're going to go if so if that equals true, I'm going to hopefully try and we're going to try to do it a different way as well in a minute. Okay, we're going to place the object in there as well. If that is that, console log hit. Okay, so we're just testing it out. We're going to need console log open. Okay, let's just bring the console log up. Refresh. Oh, look at that. You can see that it's hitting. Right, okay, so what we can do there, so instead of putting console log, we can put player did it hit. Did it hit? Remember that that variable we put at the top there, right at the start in the last tutorial, if and else equals, so else that did it hit is going to equal true, is going to equal false. So at the moment it's false, true. So you can see down the bottom here, look at that, true, false, hit, hit. And obviously from that, you could put on there, you know, player score, is -1. Yeah, minus is 1. So we could put that in there. So we're just going to go down to where we've put these functions on the screen. We're going to put on there, player score. Just by example, just put by example. Player score, and then what I could put in there is player score, player.score. Just bring that down 1 by 600. Actually, we'll just move all these up by 1. 640, 70, 80, 600, 620. Just make sure that's gone on the screen. Player score. Okay, so what we're going to do is when it actually hits, that equals true. Player score equals +1. Player.score equals player.score equals +1. So hopefully when it hits, we'll see that player score increase by 1. Look at that. Actually, it's because it's like touching multiple times. If it was game logic, we would totally change that. But as you can see, you know, you can see the theory of using that function. So what I'm going to try and do as well is a little bit of a newer way to do that collision detection. So what I'm going to try and do, we're going to go collision detection, object, question mark, did it hit true? Did it hit true? Else false. Right. Okay, so refresh. We're looking at that bit where it said, did it hit, down the bottom there. Unexpected input, syntax, 197. Did it hit? Okay. So collision detection, did it hit? Da, 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 da. Now, obviously, I've made a. Did it hit? Yes, it did. Did it hit true? Yes. Did it hit false? That's what I love about. So unexpected syntax, unexpected input end, 197. I'm just going to delete that out just in case that's affecting anything. Okay, so that's correct. End of input 148. Houston, we have obviously I've done something with the this line here. Now, obviously, you guys, if you want to like help me out with that one, the new way of actually doing the if statement. Happy days. So let's just go and change that back anyway. So I'm just going to put if collision detection. And then we're going to put player. I'll work it out for the next video. Objects, and then we're just going to put in there if player objects. Did it hit? Did it hit? And then we're going to go equals true. Did it hit equals true? Else. Then we're just going to put in there, did it hit equals false? There we go. Right, I think that's it. Right, I've just got to look, we've got to work out this. This is because I didn't put the curly braces in, did I? There you go. Okay, so I'm just going to read that back, go through that, da 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 da, else, if collision detection, da 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 da. Right, okay, let's give another go. Unexpected input 157. Maybe that's because I deleted one of the curly braces. There we go. Okay, so we're back in working. So maybe that was the reason why it wasn't working just a minute ago. So I'm just going to try this out again. The new kind of like new ways to do like the if statement. So I'm just going to try this one more time. We're in a world of discovery here together today, everybody. We're in the world of discovery. Okay, so from here, object da 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 da. If that equals true. Copy. Don't want that. Equals true, else. Did it hit? False. Right, I'm just going to cut that just in case. Yes, it worked. Okay, so that's kind of like the newer way how we're doing if statements. So it's a lot less code than what we had before. So basically it's saying is collision detection, player and objects, question mark. Did it hit? If it's true, so the first part if it's true, and the other bit's the else bit. Okay, so it's saying, was there collision detection between the player and the object using our collision detection function? If that's true, we've changed the variable did it hit to true, and this is the else bit. Else, if it didn't hit, false. Okay, hopefully you understand that. Okay, but again, have a look on Udemy. There's some really great courses all about JavaScript and some of the nuances of the modern language of JavaScript. So that's the end of This tutorial number 2, all about collision detection between 2 rectangles in an HTML canvas using JavaScript, HTML and CSS. Hope you enjoyed something, hope you got something out of that. Of course, that video didn't go as smoothly as usual. That's part of the learning process as well. Again, make sure you check out some of the other channels online in regards to JavaScript gaming, Frank's Laboratory, Poth Programming, and also Chris Leon. No, I don't get paid by any of these people, but again, they have some really, really good videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, buy me a coffee. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you very much.